What is up, Eastern Oregon? This is Dodzy, and this is your sports show for Tuesday, September 20th, 2022. This is all brought to you by Hobby Habit right here in LeGrand. They have Traxxas RC cars. They have Legos. They have STEM products. They have these kendamas. These things are cool, man. I've been playing with this. It's awesome. Hobby Habit right here in LeGrand, just for the fun of it. Sports. Volleyball at EOAlive swept over the weekend. They're still undefeated in CCC play. Women's soccer swept over the weekend, still undefeated in conference play. Men's soccer split, but this men's soccer team is really good. LeGrand football lost to Estacada 32-28. We're still a solid team, and we'll still stay in the top 10 in the 4A rankings. EOU cross country won another one. I mean, they're 13th in the nation. Justin Ash has won 2 races in a row for them. He's the CCC runner of the week 2 weeks in a row. Man, big things for EOU cross country. It's pretty awesome. EOU football lost a heartbreaker at home, 25-23, and that'll take us right into my guest for today. EOU head football coach Tim Camp. Here it is. Coach Camp, how's it going?
Hey, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning. Good to see you. I guess let's start it right. Let's start off with the burning question, the timeout thing. Let's just do it.
Right. I chose not to take a timeout. There was under 30 seconds right there. They had their starting kicker just tore his ACL, right? Previously, I didn't want this kid. I wanted this kid to not have time to think about anything. I wanted him to be able to step up there and bang it. And you know what? Hey, congratulations, he did. You know, I've been in that situation before where I burned a timeout to make him think about it. And we had a great block that was coming through. And I talked to Coach Mills and I said, hey, you know what? I'll burn a timeout right here to try and save some time. But at the end of the day, with the situation where he was their backup kicker, I wanted him to be able to step right up in there and see if he could bang it. And he did. You know, unfortunately, you know, looking back on it, hindsight's 2020. You know, right. I think multiple times, but I'd probably do the same thing every time. You know, just in the situation where, yeah, you got their third team kicker in the game. I want him to be able to step up there and bang it, and he did. So. Being a special teams guy all my life, I think that it's one of those deals where you look at it and you say, well, dang, I should have done something there. But at the same time, you know what, I would as a kicker and as a head coach, I would be like, you know what, hey, let him think about it. Now he's up there. He didn't have time to stop and think and get everything. It's right in the rush of the moment. So that's the reason why I did that.
Gotcha. Bright spots for the game. I mean, offensively, we moved the ball better than we've moved it all year, I think.
Yeah, I thought we had a great offensive scheme. I mean, they do some things. Obviously, if you look at what they do, they bring a lot of pressure from every place. I thought our offensive line did a good job, not a great job, but I thought they did a good job of picking up the pressures, giving the quarterback time. That our game plan was to be able to get the ball out fast and not lock in on anything. We wanted to be able to throw the seams. We wanted to be able to throw the hitches. Looking back at it, you know, again, there's about another 150 to 200 yards of passing out there. You know, just making your play. The first drive, we had a 75-yard touchdown pass.
Oh.
You know, just and again,
great route.
Stumbled the kid, you know, and ran right by him. It's stutter, and we got it, and we had him right where we wanted him, and we just got to make that play, you know. And again, that player there, Mr. Kesey, is an excellent young man, and he is a really, really good receiver. He's going to find his way. He's got a great work ethic, and he'll make that play the very next time, I promise you.
Yeah. And then let's move over to defensively. Is anybody playing better than Zach Donato right now?
Zach Donato is probably one of the best in the country, without a doubt. He is
so good.
He is all over the place, and you know, it's not just him being a great athlete. It's the way that he prepares. It's the way that he understands what's going down. You know, so yeah, I think I'd be hard pressed to find anybody in the country playing as good as he is right now.
I'd have to agree that he had another interception, and
yeah,
I mean, he's everywhere. He should have two. He dropped one. Yeah, but you watch him, and I don't know if people that don't like pay attention to football really understand the impact that he has on the defensive side of the ball.
No, I think that if you just watch the game, do you see kids out there running around making tackles or whatever? But when you sit down and you just watch him play, it's been week after week for me just to be able to watch him get better and better. And he's not even at his best version quite yet, So he's definitely a guy that sets the tone and he plays football the right way without a doubt.
Yeah. So now let's talk about for this week, the stuff that we probably need to work on. Like, where are we at there?
Well, I think again, making sure that the quarterback has the time to throw. You're going to get some pressure this week from College of Idaho. You're going to get some twist game, and I think that they like to sit in quarters. They like to be a kind of off man a little bit. So we got to take some of the underneath things from them to be able to get to the big things, right? In this game here, we could take some big shots based off of what they played and how they played. This week here is going to be a little bit different. The quarterback's going to have to go through his progression a little bit to make sure that, hey, it's just not grab step. So it's going to put a little bit more pressure on the offensive line and the running back to be able to sit in there and protect. And they can get the job done without a doubt. I think we can definitely build off of this on offense. I think we can build off it on defense, and also, obviously special forces in the we're going to work on things in really the force recon game and extra point field goal. Those are things that when you're young in certain spots that it really magnifies. Hey, that impacted that. I really wanted that field goal that my kicker is capable of making earlier in the game, right? I really needed that extra point at the very, very end, and credit them. They did a good job. Their 300-pounder opened up our 300-pounder, and it was a great play to be made by them. But those are things that can change the game, right? And even though at the end it's 22-23 and they got to go 765 yards. It's still an opportunity for Eastern Oregon to fight, and it's still an opportunity for Eastern Oregon to win the game and put it away. Offensively, we had a chance to put the game away. Special forces, we had a chance to put the game away. Defensively, we had a chance to put the game away. But to be proud and say that our kids played together for 60 minutes, I believe that they did that, and that's progress, and I can build off of those things.
So we have a freshman kicker, right? He's a soccer player. What do you say to him after he kicks that ball out of the bounds?
Hey, next play. Play.
What else can you say?
Next play. Let's go. We're going to need you. At the end of the day, in that situation, the only thing that I can do for him is continue to coach him and continue to support him and make sure that he understands the importance of what we're trying to get done. We had covered on Rangers really, really good all day on kickoff team. We held them within the 18-yard line, the 20-yard line, the 21-yard line, so our kids were running, and it really impacts the way that they run when they don't know where the ball is going to go all the time. And we have specific places we're trying to place the ball. And I got to say, he's a very good talent. He's young, and I coach him every day, and we work hard on things. And, he's got the right attitude, and he's going to be very, very special coming up here in the near future. I just need him to be special right now, which he has these moments. I tell you,
he's got big shoes to fill.
Oh, absolutely. He asks me all the time. I mean, shoot, we've had All-American kickers here since I've been here, All-American punters since I've been here, and he's going to be part of that process, and he'll be one of those guys because he is very coachable. He does what I ask him to do, and sometimes he has lapses. So, hey, so what, now what? Next play.
Absolutely. C of I this Saturday on the road. So that'll be a 12 o'clock game for us.
It's actually going to be so it's 2 o'clock their time, so it'll be 1 o'clock us.
Our normal time.
So we're actually going to go down the day of the game instead of the night before. So
okay.
Yep.
So
stuff up a little bit.
One of the things that we haven't seen this year, and I mean, I pay pretty close attention.
Right.
The chink in the armor on the defense, man. The middle was soft.
Yeah.
The middle was soft. I mean, I hate to say that, but we had 3 guys out, and the middle was.
We got some depleted depth right there, but I got to credit the young kids that came in there. They battled for 71 plays, and I thought that was great experience for them. It's not all the time what we wanted, right? Because we had 2 backs over 100 yards, and which really impacted us greatly and on how we were doing things. But
Right.
I thought the kids battled. It is one of those things when you take a 300-pounder out and you put a 240 in, we got to
Big
be on the
difference.
move. Yeah, there's a huge difference in there. So hopefully we get some of those guys back off of injury coming up here this week and the next week, and then be able to sturdy that inside up just a little bit more. So, but at the same
Absolutely.
time, I got to say that I was proud of the young kids that stepped up and they fought their tails off for 60 minutes in there.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, what some of the like average football fans don't understand is like these guys aren't going out there not trying.
No,
You know
no.
what I mean?
Hey, I will have to say, like I said earlier, these kids played 60 minutes, right? These
Yeah.
kids played 60 minutes, and they're trying their butts off, and they're trying to work and trying to be assignment sound, trying to make their play. And again, that's who we are, right? It's just one of those things where when you got some guys that are not in, and and it's never an excuse. Hey, next man up, right? Let's go. We got to get the next man up. And the cool thing is that we do have a lot of depth, and it's just that some of the depth is in training right now. Some of the depth's in training, I guess I could put it. And they work extremely hard, just as hard as the starters. So the expectation is if you're able to get in there, it's like my left tackle. I put him in there. My expectation is for him to block, right? And for him to do his job, and then for the most part, he did it all day. Did he get exposed sometimes? Absolutely. That's youth. But it's not an effort deal by those guys on the interior or my guys on the line. They're playing their tail off. I was pretty excited about Carson Bonnie. I thought Carson swung the ball around pretty nice. Like we were talking about the receivers, I think that they grew up a little bit that day and really could show that they can make plays. And obviously in the back end, you got Blaine Shaw. He's making plays. All over the field, and so we got guys, and I thought this was one of Solo Taylor's best games.
He played.
I thought Solo was playing the game the way it was supposed to be played. We had a couple linebackers go down during the game, and we had some young kids come in, and
Jonah Waugh stepped up.
Yeah, he played a heck of a game, so at the same time. So again, the signs are there of progress, and that's what I'm looking for right now. The foundation and the building and doing all of those things, that every season and every year is different, right? Now the expectation is to win, but at the same time, what I told the coaches, and I tell them every single day, we're going to go out there and coach our tails off. We're going to enjoy these kids. We're going to make them better, and as long as we are making progress, that's the big goal, and the progress will get you to the wins without a doubt.
Jump back to the left tackle thing. He's blocking. I mean, our left tackle's blocking their best player.
Absolutely.
I mean, number 9 is their best player. I don't know who he is, but he's a beast.
He did a great job
he really did.
For 64 of the 69 plays, and so, but I need those other 4 to 5 plays back is what I need. And he wants them back too, but I think that's something where you look at him as being a freshman. You look at I got a junior at center. I got a junior at guards. I got a junior over here at tackle, and I got one senior on the group, and that's Wyatt. But for them guys to play, those 5 guys to lock in and play and make the game ugly in the box, the D line quit rushing at the end of it, in the second and third quarters, because we were cutting them, we were slicing them, we were up top blocking them, we were doing some good things in there. So again, I was very, very proud of how they fought, against probably what I thought was one of the most pressure teams that we're going to be able to see all year. And again, quite frankly, with a line in 2020, we didn't handle it nearly the way that we did on Saturday. So I see great progress with those guys, and I love coaching them. I think that they're eager to learn, and that's part of it. It's like when I was in college, I used to go into the meeting rooms and like, who's going to rip me up now? Now these guys here come in here and they have their notebooks out. They have the questions that they're asking, hey, what hand here, what foot there, how can I make this a little bit better? So those are all positive, especially when you're talking talking about an offensive line who's getting pressure coming from every place,
Everywhere.
So it was very exciting to see how they're kind of growing and molding together. So that's a good sign.
That's awesome. Last question, and I'll get you out of here.
Yeah.
What's Coach Camp telling these guys going into Saturday's game?
Hey, let's go. Hey, I can definitely, same thing that I told him in the team meeting. We're slowly building a foundation that we can stand with 2 feet on, right? And to be able to watch our team stand up and play for 60 minutes, quite frankly, for the first time all year, was something that Tim Camp can be proud of, right?
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people say, I just don't look like a Tim Camp team right now, right? Well, that's what we're working for. We're working for the toughness. We're working for the grit to be able to go and ugly some things up. And at the end of the day, we have talented players. Make your play, right? When your numbers come, make your play, right? And then obviously do it within our style and our brand of football and do it the right way. And at the end of the day, don't you ever give up. Don't you stop the fight and make Eastern Oregon and the community proud. And how do you do that? You go out and do that by playing football the way it's supposed to be played.
Absolutely. Eastern Oregon. He's EOU head football coach Tim Camp. I'm Dodzy. Coach Camp, I appreciate you.
Hey, mount up. I appreciate it. Hey, let's go get it.
Thanks, Coach Camp. I appreciate you like always. Let's go get a dub next week. None of this is possible without Hobby Habit right here in LeGrand. I mean, they got anything that you could imagine for your hobby needs. Table games, Traxxas RC cars, Legos. Their Lego selection is absolutely phenomenal. Go check them out. They're at 411 Fur right here in LeGrand. Hobby Habit, just for the fun of it. Eastern Oregon. That's all I got for you on a Tuesday. I appreciate you. I'm Dodzy, and I'm out.